I'm the wayward spouse, currently in individual counseling. It's a complicated thing because English is not my native language. I'm European. My husband and I have been married for 17 years. I had a 6 years-long affair with my ex. It isn't pretty how my husband found out. His phone was with our kids and he needed to call my dad. Ex replied, "I love you too, sweetie." He saw it. I was the one to say I love you, so it was that. I confessed everything. He was quiet. He knows everything, has access to everything. My husband does not want us to work, but he is only there for our kids. Once they leave the nest, he will file separation. I want to show my husband that I've changed. I want us to work. If anything helpful my affair taught me is this, that I have one gem of a husband and I was a fool to have an affair. Every single problem was mine, but I blamed it on my husband during my affair. He works long hours, stressed out, and has a lower libido than me. My affair crippled his confidence, so I plan to bring it back. We are almost 2 months past the day he found out. My therapist says it's still fresh. He refuses marriage counseling, individual counseling, or even spend time with me if it is not as a family with our kids involved or my side of family. He's an immigrant. We have a couch inside our bedroom. He sleeps there. I know that anyone reading this will ask me if I'm stupid. He made it clear. I believe I have a chance. His birthday is next week. I plan to do something for him. I know somewhere he still loves me. He won't admit, but he will randomly bring chocolate for our kids and a cake for me. We communicate frequently, but most of the time it's not about us. I'm trying to give him space, but I'm afraid he does not have any relatives or many friends here who can hear him out. He devoted his time and effort into being a caring husband and perfect father. I don't know if we can work. One thing I am for sure is I won't be able to ever love someone else as much as I love this man. I'm reading books and attending counseling session because that's all we can afford right now. Edit. I skipped a lot of important details. I will edit it in a bit. As I told, my husband was an immigrant. I got pregnant and had a miscarriage. It was what really sucked me up. My family never liked my husband. We were in a rocky place. When I say I love my husband, I don't know what it means. I truly don't. I've been reading books. Truth to be told, I can't see any reason of him wanting to stay with me. Still, I want to fight. Edit 2. I am at the point I'm questioning myself and my sanity, let alone the love for him. Nothing can be changed. If I could, I would in a heartbeat. Feelings for my AP are fading. I am realizing more and more about the damage I've caused. Husband says that once the kids grow up, he will file for divorce. I don't see any reason of him not doing so. I ruined him. I think problem, as someone mentioned, that he is an immigrant, which is true because he had a hard time adjusting here. He still does even now. He does not have any family here. I want to fight for us now and give it my all. I doubt there's coming back from this. A 6-year-long affair is simply inexcusable. It was a whole other relationship that you were having alongside your marriage. You were leading a double life for 1/3 of your marriage. How would you feel like if the roles were reversed? No, you do not have a chance at fixing this. There's no fixing this. Just let him go, accept that this marriage is over, and move forward. Work with your counselor to figure out your inner demons. The only kindness you can show him is not fighting to restrict his access to his kids and not exploit him financially when he files for divorce. Comments. What makes me think about your story is the fact that it's been 6 years of affair, and in just 2 months of ending, you say you'll never love anyone like your husband. It's too little time for you to state that way. You probably still have strong feelings for your AP, including you were caught in the middle of a declaration of love. More than proving to him that you love him, you need to ask yourself if you really love him. Please don't trap this man into your life if you're not sure you love him enough to never hurt him again. If you're not sure, if you still have feelings for AP, please let him get on with his life and find someone who loves him and doesn't make him suffer. It's only been 2 months since this has come out, and to be honest, your affair was a full-blown relationship. Hell, I've seen marriages come and go in that amount of time. I'm not trying to discredit your intentions, but just try to be realistic with what you're trying to do here. Giving him an amazing birthday gift or just giving him a fun day to himself won't really amount to much when you look at the bigger picture. He's still hurt and in the motions. 2 months isn't that big of a time period. especially if he's been under the assumption that you've had a relatively happy 17 years together. A 6-year affair is nothing to scoff at. It was nearly a third of your marriage. I'd reset your expectations because, amazing birthday or not, I doubt it'll get him to reconsider. If nothing else, it'll probably just get him angry. Story 2. This morning, I went to the gym, and when I got home, my husband came to me and said he wanted me to quit the gym and stop working out altogether. He said he thinks one of the reasons why he gets triggered so often is that he has to look at my in-shape body and it will forever in his mind be associated with my affair. I understand where he is coming from since my affair started with my PT at the gym. But I quit that gym immediately after I ended the affair and have been solid in having no contact with the AP. And at my new gym, I do not have a personal trainer. I don't want to upset him, but I also wonder it is unfair of him to ask me to quit the gym, given being physically fit has had a lot of benefits for my mental health. I realize that it is somewhat unfair of me to say that because I know what my affair did to his mental health. But I would like to think there is a future where I can still work out without compromising our reconciliation. When I tried to have a discussion with him about maybe toning back the gym to a couple of times per week and supplementing with at-home workouts, he said he made it clear that he wants me to quit working out altogether and actually try and put on weight actually above where I was before I started working out. He said the gym is triggering for him even if it is a different gym, but also my in-shape body is triggering for him, and he wants me not only back to the way I was before they gym, which was 160 lbs at 5, each 7 inches tall, but actually to put on another 10 pounds from this. I'm currently 144 lbs. I really don't want to do this. And I mean no judgment to ladies of my height that are 170 lbs. I just don't want this for me, in fear that it would make me miserable to do this. Am I being unreasonable given the nature of my affair? Edit. He wants me to put on weight to become less desirable, but also said the confidence I gained from my body transformation caused my affair, and that I am not deserving of confidence from that source from now on. It sounds bad when I say it back, but I think he is just scared I will cheat again, which I fully understand. I brought up the healthy aspect, and his response was that he is only asking me to go back to what I was before, and then an additional 10 pounds, and that 170 lbs at 5'7" inches is by no means overweight. The trigger aspect is the hardest part. I know triggers are common and can be anything from locations to sounds to music, but these are easier to avoid and control. My own body is something I really have no control over beyond completely transforming it to a level that I fear would cause me to be depressed. Yes, it's a reasonable request. Guess what? Your affair and your physique and level of fitness are directly related. Your affair has deeply affected him, so any gym environment will likely trigger him. The physical transformation you achieve through gym workouts may also serve as a reminder of the betrayal. Be grateful that he is willing to reconcile. Meeting his needs to be the priority on your part, that means putting your own needs in the back burner for however long it takes. Your current weight and height may not align with ideal or healthy standards for you, but they'll have to do. While you can propose alternatives to the gym, if he remains firm in his stance, you're left with 2 options: accepting his conditions or considering leaving. Comments. I'm on the fence. The gym isn't necessary and can be avoided. Plenty of people stay in shape without one, so there's that. His other trigger is difficult, since he's associating your want to be healthy with your AP and subsequent affair. It's not the craziest thing, since your AP was your personal trainer. Could he maybe be more bothered with your routine, since the AP would have had a hand in helping you develop one? If you changed it up and did something different, could that maybe make things easier? OP, really? Not only is the gym where you decided that you like the idea of being a bad girl, it is also a place that triggers your husband every day. Did you not say you will do any and everything to help him? What is more important to you right now, the gym and you feeling yourself, or trying to minimize your husband's pain, and in doing so helping him recover from the devastation you so selfishly forced upon him? Are you starting to fantasize about the sex you had with AP, or perhaps the sex you could have with so many other men? Is the excitement you felt during your validation starting to occupy your thoughts again? When was the last time you privately relived the sex you had in your SUV? Is R really what you want? If you think I'm being harsh, What the hell do you think is really going on in your husband's head? Trust me when I tell you, he might not confess to it, but be assured, these are exactly the thoughts going through his head. Now is when you should be thinking about your husband, what you did to him, and how you can help him. Asking the question you just did is a concern to me, and it should be one to you. Can it be that you don't really understand exactly what you have done to your husband, or is it not quite that important anymore? Not going to a gym is reasonable. That is a common boundary for this way too common affair location. But you can stay fit without a gym. It's the second part that is problematic. Asking you to do something that you would find unhealthy is not reasonable. I'm not sure of a way to handle your body being triggering to him, however. If he is truly triggered, that's something hard to work around. Triggers are something that can be managed, but it takes time and a good counselor. I wish I had a solution here. His triggers are real. Your living healthily is real too.